Well, Cardi dropped a new joint.
She sure did.
It's called Enough Miami or Miami Enough.
I think it's enough. And then Miami in parentheses.
Right, I think you're right. Yep, you are correct. Enough parentheses Miami.
Yeah.
Maybe this song was inspired by Miami breaking up with Spring Break.
Oh, maybe. Who knows?
You know what I mean? She does say enough is enough.
She says a lot of things in that song.
She says a lot of things in that song.
She even quoted Dr. Seuss. She did. I said, "Oh, okay, nursery rhymes. All right."
I listen. My next song, I'm a bring in the Three Men in the Tub. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure I go rub a dub dub next song.
Have you ever seen the movie Brown Sugar?
I have.
Do you remember the rapping Dalmatians?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly like that.
Yeah, so like anytime I hear like nursery rhyme raps, I think
Listen,
about I think about the rapping Dalmatians.
I could see that. I could see why, rather.
Yeah. That's where my mind goes. And I could see them too. The hoe is mine. Gotta get her. Got to get her.
Right.
I'm first in line. They do
You,
know.
you knew the whole thing, huh?
I mean, I know Brown Sugar very well. I've seen it many times.
Got
So it's kind of hard to miss that part of it.
it. Understood.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Hard to miss those Dalmatians.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
But back to the song. One fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish.
Oh, I said, oh, Cardi, what are we doing here? Did you
Yep.
like that? Were you into that?
I thought that was hilarious. I, I was so caught off guard that all I could do was crack up when I heard that. But let's dive into it. So I've heard it a bunch of times because I knew we were coming up here to review it, speak about it, and I wanted to make sure. Hold on. You okay? Excuse me one second.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm back. Um, yeah, so I heard it a couple times because I knew he was coming up here to talk about it, and I've got thoughts. I think where do I start? Okay, so some of the things I said when Cardi dropped the last song, I think are more evident today, are more clear today. I
Okay.
said on the last song, the quote unquote freestyle, like what? She was playing around with some flows and trying some new things and didn't sound as confident as we're used to, and probably because she was trying some new things and that she wasn't using her usual Cardi flow.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we immediately hear the cadence, the cockiness, and the usual flow of Cardi.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, now this is what I was talking about when I said Cardi has a specific flow, a specific sound, and you could tell that she wasn't as confident the last time. This time, she was ready.
He
You know what
was
I'm saying? For the ops, for the hoes, for everybody,
for
and
everybody
for the fish.
and for the fish. Definitely for the fish. You know, she paid homage to Dr. Seuss, and that should not be
And
forgotten.
that's true.
And he's an
And
icon and a legend.
that's true. She also paid homage to Nuck If You Buck. And that made me smile.
I like that. I like that. I mean, who doesn't love Nuck If You Buck?
Come on, it's hard not to.
Oh yeah, we knocking and bucking and ready to fight. I mean,
And that's the energy she was on.
I like that. Good for Cardi.
Same.
I think she looks good too. I mean, I know it's about the music. What is
There's
that?
a video for this already?
Yeah, I watched the video. I didn't listen to.
You beat me to it. I didn't even think about a video. I was just getting my streams on.
So what I realized with Cardi, at least, not with everybody, but what I realized with Cardi is if you just go to her Instagram page, it gives you every option of how to consume whatever she's released. So it
That's
gives you
smart.
the yeah, so it gives you a whole list. You could go to Apple, Spotify, YouTube, and a bunch Apple, not Apple, Amazon. You could go to a bunch of different ones. But it said watch under YouTube, so I said, okay, let me watch it. And yeah, there's a video. She looks good.
Nice.
Well, I said that about the last video, the freestyle video. I think she looks great. She has this um, something I know you'll particularly like. She has this burgundy, almost is it burgundy? It's not like a bright red at all. It's more like a purplish, reddish, short hairstyle that she has going on. I don't think about Cardi B with short hair, but she looks good. I said, "Oh, that's cute. I like that." And then she was giving the looks and she was giving the body and all of that, and I said, "Okay, okay, that's I mean, that's the Cardi we know and love." But I also kind of feel like something about Cardi now versus Cardi around her first album just seems more polished to me.
Okay.
Not polished as in like buttoned up, but just like something about it just looks like, money is being well spent.
And it should be.
Of course, of course. So I like that. The hair, I feel like the hair looks good. The clothes look good. Again, it looks like they, put a lot of money into making sure that what she's putting out looks good. So yeah, that's just a little tidbit about the video. It was similar to the last video. It wasn't like a whole lot of stuff going on in it. It was more of her rapping and her giving different looks. But I kind of
Bikini
like that. Hmm?
Bikini Cardi.
Yeah, it was more of bikini Cardi. But I kind of like, maybe I'm wrong, but I'm kind of getting the vibe that they want the music to speak for itself. Like, of course, she's wearing revealing clothing and whatever. But you notice they're not really well, you didn't see it, but they're not trying to distract us with a whole lot in these videos. It's been pretty simple and clean as far there's not a whole lot of people, there's not a whole lot in the background going on. So, I feel like that's strategy in itself. Like,
Yes.
just we giving you music and that's what we're here for. Music and looks, of course, but you know, she's Cardi.
Yeah.
I think people expect her to give looks.
Yeah.
So
And what you're talking about, that polish, that money, it makes sense. Cardi did big numbers her first album. It's been years since that first album, and now she is someone who is a top act over at her label, I believe Atlantic. And so if she's one of the top acts, then she should be getting those kind of looks. She should be getting that kind of push. And so I expect this single to get a big push because clearly this is the single for the album.
yeah,
So
I mean, are you excited about the Cardi B album?
no, listen, I'm not gonna lie. I'm
I'm
not
not
a Cardi.
asking you
I'm
to.
not a what?
I said I'm not asking you to.
Oh,
I wanted your honest opinion.
No, Cardi's not who I listen to. I listen. I mean, we know that already, but I'm not saying Cardi sucks or anything. Clearly, I just gave a good review, and I was excited to hear Cardi in her lane, in her bag, as they say. But Cardi's not the kind of artist I listen to on a regular basis. So I'm not. I'm not a person who's a Cardi hater, but I'm not the person running to go get the album and, gonna sit here and try to find all the hidden things. And oh man, on this song she took a jab at Dash, and on the other song she was
Oh,
responding to a podcaster. And
always have to
I
be told about the beefs in the song.
yeah, I'm not. My point is, I'm not running to a Cardi album. But to be fair, I'm not running to most people's albums today. So it's not Cardi slander or Cardi hate. It's just
Yeah.
it's not the kind of music that I necessarily run to. Um, Now will I listen to it? Sure. Well, if we decide we're gonna review it, I'm gonna listen to it multiple times to make sure I can come up here and give a solid review. But the kind of music Cardi makes is more turn up, in my opinion, more trap music style beats, and that's not necessarily my go-to. I enjoy that stuff on occasion, if I'm out and Bodak Yellow comes on, I'm with that. Um, but I'm not necessarily the person who knows what Cardi's full album sounds like. I can't tell you, you know, what the videos looked like. I remember certain things, the big singles, and she's
Mhm.
killed a lot of features, and so I remember a lot of those. But
Mhm.
I don't. I'm not the number one Cardi fan. Now,
That's okay.
on the flip side of that coin, I'm excited for her and the fact that she's finally able to put out another album. I know she has a lot of other things going on, and so she's been active.
Mhm.
Uh, Even if not as necessarily a rapper, we haven't got a lot of Cardi features as of late. Um, and she's done some. I'm not saying zero, but we haven't got like 8 million Cardi features as of late.
Right.
But she's been doing other things. She had deals with deals with motorcyclists. No, I'm just kidding. She had deals with big brands and was doing things, and then she had a child, and then there was a lot of things going on with her marriage, and so she was on a musical hiatus. I'm excited that she's back. I'm excited that she's able to take the time to focus on getting an album out, and clearly she's working, and so that is exciting to me.
Yeah. And I think you touched on something that I didn't remember until now, but I totally remember when after she put out the first album and then people found out she was pregnant, there was this
Yep.
whole public discourse about how her career might be ruined because she chose to have a baby during that time. And I
Right.
think one of the things that she is showing us is that don't count me out. Um,
Right.
and I mean, she's worked since then. Obviously, like you said, it's not like she hasn't. But I think that people also have been looking for this album. Like, where is it? And it's been a
Absolutely.
situation where it's been like, are we ever gonna get it? Um, so I think it's I think it's pretty I think it's pretty cool that she's doing her comeback now and she's she's gearing up to do all of the things. And that's great. Good for Cardi. I mean,
Yes.
mamas can do it too.
Absolutely.
So, I'm excited for her as well. I think this will be I think this will be a really interesting summer because I feel like
Yes.
Cardi's gonna drop. Cardi's gonna have all these, fun singles, and it's gonna make the summer very interesting. I'm sure she's gonna be on a lot of people's summer playlists.
Yeah, I would assume so, because Cardi is probably dropping in the summer or right before.
Yeah, yeah. So, and Cardi B is definitely like roll your windows down and crank up the music.
Yeah.
She's definitely one of those people that you want to hear. You want to hear the bass. You want to hear when the beat drops.
Yep.
Yeah.
I agree.